I was gonna say I also liked. I know we don't have an intro yet. I thought it could be fun to do the clap, even though it's like not necessary. It'd be a funny way to we could start with the clap every time, or at least try it out this time. And if it's fun, I thought it'd be good.
Yeah, we can do that.
Gosh dang it. I am a valued member of this podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the Since 96 podcast,
where we talk about everything.
Daddy issues, and
everything in between. Anything that a 26 going on 27 male such as us will be going through at this time.
All right, Sam. Tell us about where you're from.
Oh, boy.
Tell us about your family, your background, your upbringing, top cherished memory of your childhood.
I'm going to forget all of what he just said.
All right, first one, talk about where you're from, and something you like about it and something you dislike about it.
That's good. I'm from a little town called Camarillo, California, right next to Malibu, about an hour north of LA, for those unfamiliar. Something I really liked about it was temperature. It was just crazy temperate, which was sick. Like pretty much year round. It was like in the wintertime, it was like 69, 68.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I definitely heard once that not Camarillo, but Newbury Park, just next to Camarillo, has the second best weather in the world. Like on average is close to 72 degrees more than like anywhere else in the world, except for like a small town in France or something.
What the heck? That's crazy. I believe it. It's super temperate. Something I didn't like. That's hard. It was a dope spot. Too woke. I was honestly gonna say that. Like, it's in California, and California just has so many issues. I feel like I didn't realize it growing up as much because you're just like a kid.
Dude, I didn't pay attention to anything like political, or I didn't even know California was like a left state. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I feel like Camarillo and Newbury Park aren't as like politically intense as other, like, we're outside of it. Like LA gets crazy, or close to like a lot of the college towns.
Yeah.
But I feel like Camarillo and Newbury Park, everyone's just chill. Like no one, they have opinions, but they're not like gonna break into stores all around town about it, you know?
Yeah. less intense for sure. But yeah.
I'm also from Camarillo, so.
Oh.
Yeah, if you didn't know.
What the?
Grew up with Sam.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
You go
How long have we known each other?
We probably met
I
like
don't remember
Boy
that.
Scouts. Yeah, like
Really?
Yeah.
Were you born in Camarillo too? Were you both born in Camarillo?
Yeah. Born and raised, so we must have.
I'm the only one that's not born from over there. I'm born.
Actually, no, yeah, because remember that picture my mom just sent me?
Yeah.
So we were both like babies, and like
we're
in the same pictures.
Sam Ward from because my parents moved to Camarillo a month before I was born.
Yeah.
And then they've been there ever since.
So we went to church together. Ward, church, same thing. We went to the same church every single week, pretty much, growing up.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And with Tyson's cousin.
Oh yeah.
You guys were all in the same ward?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing from like babies. I have pictures of me and Jake Hunter when we were like tiny.
It's crazy that I don't, and you do.
That's a deeper issue.
We'll get into that in the next segment.
Family drama.
Yeah. One thing you like and dislike.
About Camarillo? Well, Sam took the easy option, the weather.
To specify the question, maybe one thing you liked and disliked when you lived there. Because now, you know, it differs because you're like a family guy and like in business and everything. So there's, you know, your perspective is different. But like growing up there.
Dude, honestly, location-wise, I thought it was perfect. Because we're close enough to a city where like if we need to go to LA for the airport or anything like that, it's only like an hour away unless there's traffic. And then it was like 3.5 hours. But yeah, we were also close to the beach, like 12 to 15 minutes, I'd say. And like everything's there in Camarillo. You could get to the snowy mountains in, 4 or 5 hours if you wanted? Just like location-wise?
Snowboarders?
No.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you do winter sports?
No, I've gone snowboarding like twice in my life.
What? You don't do any winter sports?
Never been. I lived in Utah for 5 years. Never went snowboarding or skiing.
Y'all are missing
Went
out.
sledding like one time.
Dude, y'all are missing out.
But you were a liability. You couldn't do that.
That's true.
Hey, our coach, so I played volleyball, right? College. Our coach didn't really give a crap, but he's like, just don't get hurt. And so I wasn't gonna. I had no idea what I was.
Dude, luckily I never did, but I knew a lot of people that broke legs, arms, clavicles.
Knees are always going out.
Dude, knees are rough. I honestly believe that skiing is way sketchier. Not having your legs connected, I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster, especially when you're starting out. One ski catches an edge, and that leg just gets tweaked, and your other one's still going.
There's more variables.
Can't even fathom it though. Like either. Like I've been, what's it called? Wakeboarding.
Yeah, so it's like wakeboarding. You've ever been wake skiing? That's not really like a thing anymore. I feel like nobody wake skis anymore.
No, wake skiing looks scary.
Do you see those guys just like their legs just go into splits and stuff? Like, oh.
And then they go like, they're just skipping on the water.
Have you seen the guys who water ski barefoot? Yeah, I don't get that. And then they like let go and they keep going. Yeah. And then they like spin and stuff and do all this crazy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I've seen people go down on their butt and like do 360s and stuff.
Like, yeah, they have to be going so fast. I want to see like the speedometer on the boat.
It has to be like perfect glass.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the, what's it called? The Red Bull guy with the motorcycle.
Oh, and he has like the little skis?
Yeah, with the dirt bike.
Yeah.
And he's going on water.
Yeah, that's crazy.
First time I saw that, I was like, what am I watching?
Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Year 3000 with that. Because he's gone out at like Pipe and Chopu. Yeah. Like he's cruising around, then all of a sudden he's just like on the water.
He drives in the wave. Like,
Yeah, he goes like up into it. Dude, what the freak?
Watch the whole background on that, the Chopu one, the one in Tahiti.
yeah.
So they have a boat, like a barge out there, and he launches off that to get into it because Chopu's a reef break that's like way out there. Like there's no way he's riding it from land all the way out there. So he goes off the barge, and he did it in several attempts, and one of the attempts he goes over and like loses the bike, and so the bike is just like
Gone.
in the bottom of the reef.
Dude.
I'm sure they had to go and get it at some point.
Like, I hope they got it.
How deep is that reef?
It drops off over there. That's why it's such like a heavy wave, because it's got a drop off, and then it gets really shallow. So I don't know how deep it gets.
Have you surfed that?
No.
Is that on your bucket list?
Well, I've never been to Tahiti. I've seen it. It breaks when it's small, and it looks just like a really fun, barely little left, and then it also gets huge. One thing you liked, one thing you did not like about growing up in Camarillo.
One thing I didn't like, dude, my birthday's in October, and I feel like for some reason the hottest week of the year was always in October. And it was always during school, and I was just melting. I just always remember that. And it never rained. It rained like once a year.
So you like the rain?
Yeah. I like the rain sometimes.
Like, don't mind it not raining ever.
Really?
But then the effects of that, suck. But if it just like never rains.
Dude, I
Grass.
feel like growing up in a place where it never rains makes you like the rain.
Yeah. I vividly remember it was like a crazy rainstorm came through, and I was just a kid, and I went out on like our balcony, and I just like watched the rain for like an hour. I swear, just like, whoa.
Straight up. Yeah, dude.
Dude, it just didn't rain.
Like, that's the thing is there was no seasons. There was nothing. So like going other places, like going to Idaho for school or going to like the South and seeing like crazy thunderstorms or seeing snow, it's like a novelty. You're like, what the crap?
And there wasn't seasons. Like,
There was nothing.
which is a big pro.
Every day was just the same, which was cool.
Yeah, it's a big pro, but also like a little con. Because I love fall. That's like my new favorite season.
I don't miss Santa Ana winds.
Oh, I forgot about those.
F the Santa Ana winds. So much.
I tell people about those.
Oh, tell people about the Santa Anas.
And like ash just blowing in your face at school.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Freaking elementary school, walking to the bathroom, and
So we don't have rain, but we definitely have fires. That's a good time.
dude, there's literally more fires than rain in California. There's more ash than water.
We
That
get rainstorms. We get firestorms. It's probably one of my fondest memories in high school. Sam remembers this, but you were down in Camarillo. I mean, you probably remember it too.
the fires.
I'm actually curious to your perspective because
Didn't your school like catch on fire?
No, but it was close.
yeah, our school's like in the middle of Newbury Park, so it would have to burn through a lot to get to actually the school. Yeah. But you can see the hill that like goes over to Camarillo.
Yeah, the grade or whatever.
Yeah, the hill, and then it's the grade.
Yeah.
And I remember like we saw smoke, and that's where it started. We saw smoke, and then everyone's like, "Oh shoot, should we go home?" And all the yard duties were like, "Oh, stay in." Like they even like locked the gates, try to like get some like control over everyone. And then like some flames spout up, and as soon as there was flames, it was like every man for himself.
Crazy. Right? It was on the freeway. So when I came up to school that morning from Camarillo, yeah,
I swear I was driving on that road and it was like on fire, like the side of the road.
yeah, dude. When I was going up the grade, there was fires, like small ones, but there was fires on the hill that was in between Camarillo and Newbury Park.
Which is kind of crazy that that's just it wasn't like super out of the ordinary. You're like,
It wasn't like, oh shiz, I should probably not go to school today.
fire, keep going.
Drove right by it and I was like, fire, like that sucks. I was like, they'll put it out or whatever. But yeah, like just to not to completely just say exactly what Tyson just said, but it really was like in a movie where what day was it? It was like standardized testing day.
Yeah, it was a weird day already.
It was a weird day. So we were going into classrooms that weren't our normal classrooms. And so there was already kind of like, it was already chaotic because everyone's like looking at the sheet, like, what class do I have to be in now? And so all the, like yard duties were like, get to class. And there's this big hill and you can see the smoke coming. And I was like about to walk into this class and I look over and there's just like fire. Like you could see the flames and everyone's just like, we went and hopped the fence.
Yeah, everyone was just hopping the fence.
Like half, or I'd say like, I saw like 20 or 30 people hopping this fence. So I did too. And me and my buddy, we were walking to our cars because we had to park at, what was that park next to the school?
Pepper Tree.
Pepper Tree. We had parked at Pepper Tree and we were walking over. And in that meantime, they had unlocked all the gates and we like turned around and it was literally like, how many students? 2,000 people just flooding out of the school. And it was like, oh shiz, this is real. Like they were like, everyone just get the frick out. It was crazy.
You know how Carson lived like right next to the school?
Yeah.
We booked it to Carson's house. And on our way over there, like it was so chaotic, like cars and everything. There's this one kid, I swear, was like crossing the street and got hit by a car.
Oh my gosh.
Like, absolute chaos ensued. He was fine. He like got up. He's like, "Oh, good," and then he took off. I remember being like,
dude, it was the most wild day of my life.
So off hinge.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I couldn't get back down to Camarillo because the grade was closed and Potrero was closed.
Where did you go?
We went to like Weston Spencer's house and just went and huddled with him.
You and Weston buds?
Yeah, dude, me and him were super tight.
What year was that? Was that 2014?
I think we were juniors. I think it's 2013.
What year are you? 2014?
2014 is when I graduated.
Okay, me too. Sam's the
2015.
since 96.
You were born in 96?
I was born in 96. My parents held me back. Not because I had to.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You guys didn't
Sam has a learning disorder.
You guys didn't redo 6th grade?
I should have redone 6th grade.
For real. No, my parents just started me late, which was cool because then I was like driving in sophomore year of school.
I think of sports, and you're just so far. Like, you have a year on these other kids.
Yeah.
Just development, yeah.
That's why I was so good.
And that's when it matters. Like a year at like a 13-year-old to a 12-year-old or something, you know?
It's a big difference.
Dude, I'm a freaking late bloomer. So I felt like I didn't get to like my athletic potential until I was like 25. I swear.
Wait, how old are you?
So like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I felt like I was in my prime.
I feel like I started, you know how you're just kind of awkward at sports and everything? I feel like I started getting the hang of it when I was like a sophomore in high school.
I feel like that's just like a Polynesian trait too. Like, just so athletic so early in their lives.
This is when I figured out I could like jump high.
Yeah.
And then once I saw that, I just jumped all the time.
Yeah, dude, I remember being like young and I don't even know how old we were, middle school, maybe early high school. And we were at the church gym, which sounds so weird to say.
Church gym.
Like the church basketball court. And we were seeing like, oh, who could touch the rim? And I was like, I couldn't even touch the net. And Alex is like palming the backboard. And I was like, what the? I couldn't believe it. I was getting legitimately like 3 or 4 inches off the ground. I couldn't believe it.
What's your vertical now?
Oh,
Has it gone up or down?
it's gone up, not high. I have no idea.
So I couldn't dunk, so when I was 25, that's when I could dunk. Like I could start jumping high.
So that's when you reached your...
That's when I was like, oh, this is what athleticism feels like.
What are our stats? How tall is everyone?
I'll say 6'2".
Tell me how tall you are, and then tell me how tall you actually are.
I am 6'2", but I'm actually 6'1" and 3/4.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot. But I'm actually 5'11" and 3/4.
And I'm 6'4", but I'm actually 6'3.5". But I'm 6'4".
I love that.
Well, I'm 6 foot even in the morning when my spine is decompressed.
Yeah.
But I'm probably like 5'10" by the evening.
For literally years, I was telling people 6'3" all the time. And then I married a 5'10" girl, and I've been called out so hard that I'm like, I am not 6'3".
I pretty much always say 6'4", because like with shoes, I feel like... But dude, my freshman...
6'6" though. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
My freshman physical at BYU, I don't know how they measured me, but they said like 6'2.5". I'm like, no, that's wrong. I was like, that is wrong.
Take that back.
Just that nurse was like, I'm gonna screw with this kid's brain.
That, or I was just squatting and everything was just compressed.
Dude, spine compression's a real thing.
It is.
All that stuff in there.
You are taller in the morning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Once you've been laying down and all that.
Yeah.
Also, if you measure yourself laying down, you're like, I swear, an inch taller or something.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Don't fact check me on that. But.
Don't look that up.
Have you met people that are like way off on their own height and like you know it, but they're just like holding true to the lie?
Yes.
I've met people that say they're like 6'4", but like barely have an inch on me. I'm like, okay, sure.
I meet people that tell me they're like 6'4", and they're way shorter than me. Dude, you're lucky if you're in the 6 foot club. You know what I mean?
It's rough, man. It's rough out there.
Believe your own perceptions. You know, they just become your reality.
Yeah, did you say something enough and you'll start to believe it.
Literally.
All the time. I'll like say things that I just full on, I think just straight up lied about for years and years and years.
About yourself or just about things?
Yeah, or just like stories in my head where I'm like the truth at the time would have like got me in trouble with like my parents or something. So I've just said it enough times, and then Jess and I will be talking about something, and I'm like, she'll like be like, oh yeah, and then this happened. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not true. That's like not how it happened at all. But I just had told her that. Yeah, to like not get in trouble.
Do you have an instance that you can think of?
I'd love to hear an example.
Gosh.
Let's get you in trouble right now with your parents.
Yeah, dude.
See if you can remember the real story.
It sounds like such a douchebag because Jess and I were just talking about one yesterday. But gotta do it, I guess. All right.
You just thought of one.
Yeah, for sure. One that Jess and I were talking about is this made me seem like such a douchebag.
It's okay.
But
We all grew up. We all had teenage hormones.
we can always cut this out. I was dating a girl, like I just got back off a mission, and my first semester of college, I was just like super girl crazy because you just are.
Idaho?
Yeah, up in Idaho. And so I dated a girl in just like the first semester. It was like I met her like first day of college and was like, "You're cute, you'll do." It was Christmas vacation, Christmas break. I went back home and there was this big New Year's dance in Coto de Caza. You guys ever been to that?
No, what is that?
Oh
In
man.
California?
So it's down in like Orange County. There's a town called Coto de Caza. Dude, it's like a gated community. It's like no. I'm gonna take that back. It's a gated city.
Oh, I think you've told me about this.
It's a freaking gated city.
Got its own Wikipedia page.
It's got its own grocery stores.
Oh, what?
Dude, it's like, it's crazy.
How do you get in the city?
So you have to like, you have to like know someone, or for whatever reason, there was this huge venue in the city where they held this big New Year's Eve dance for all the like, it was like a steak dance, but it was like for anybody. So it was like all LDS people that would go to this dance. I went to it like a few years in a row, but it was massive. Like tons and tons of people would come from like all the BYUs and stuff. Really? Dude, it was sick. So we went there New Year's Eve, bringing this full circle. I was dating this girl at the time. We went there.
Were you guys steady?
We were steady.
All right.
The story that I've told people is that in preparation for this dance, I was like, man, I really want to go and kiss a girl on New Year's Eve. And there's a lot of pretty girls here.
So this girl's not in California.
No, she was in a different state. And so the story goes is that I texted her before I went to the dance and was like, hey, I need to break up. And I broke up with her over text, which is douchey to begin with, right? And then I went to the dance and I kissed somebody. And that's the story that I told everybody my entire life. And then just the other day, Jess and I were talking about this. And I was like, oh yeah, that's not true. I like for sure had a girlfriend during that dance and like kissed someone else. And then afterwards was like, that wasn't chill. And then I texted her and broke up with her.
Just an order of operations.
Did you tell her you kissed a girl?
No. No, I was just like,
Outed yourself.
oh my gosh, we were only dating for like,
Bro, that's not even bad, man.
yeah, we were only dating for like a month. Okay, see, exactly. It was like,
You're in college, Southern California. There's probably tons of honeys there.
there was honeys left and right, and your boy wasn't trying to be tied down. And I was like 21. Anyway, point being, I had said that story for years. And so I had told Jess that story, and she was like, oh yeah, you told me this. Like, you broke up with her like the night before the dance because you wanted to go kiss someone. And I was like, oh, no, that's a lie. Order of operations is wrong.
Almost believed it yourself after a time.
For so long, I was just like, oh yeah, no, I didn't like cheat on her because I broke up with her beforehand. But it wasn't true.
Your own moral compass is just trying to like heal itself with a lie.
You're not a bad person. I'm like, yeah, yes, I am.
Dude, there's probably so much crap that we tell ourselves about our childhood. Like, that didn't happen. Dude, me and Sam were talking about this one day where, like, you see pictures from your childhood, and we're talking about if you actually remember that, like, memory, or if you just make up a story about it because you see the picture and you tell yourself, oh, yeah, I remember that. So, like, there's a picture of me at a pumpkin patch, and in my mind, I'm like, dude, I totally remember that day. But I was, like, super young, you know? So, like, do I actually remember that? Or do I just see the picture and that's what I, like, think about?
I'm a big believer in that. I don't believe that anybody has memories from when they're like young. People are always like, oh, I remember when I was this old, or I remember this memory when I was 2 years old, and my first question is always, is there a picture of it? Because same thing, I have this vivid memory of me like waking up, waking my mom up, being like, I can't sleep, and she made me like a glass of Nesquik, and I remember I had my little Pluto doll with me and all this stuff, and I like remember it so vividly. And then I realized, like going through old photos, there's a photo of me at the counter eating Nesquik with my little Pluto doll, and I'm like, oh wait, this was up on like the fridge for like years. I was like, there's no way I actually remember that. That was just, I saw the picture.
I feel like I do have, that picture. I think that's the only Easter I remember because we had that picture. So I remember very vividly, like the pajamas I was wearing and everything, but I don't know how much I actually remember versus the picture. But I mean, I feel like pictures help you remember as well. So maybe you do actually remember it, and because you see it all the time, it brings that memory back up to the surface more. But the other thing I was going to say was I do have memories when I was 2, but they're of like very emotionally intense moments of like nightmares I had and stuff. Like I had this nightmare where my mom was a mummy, like a mummy, like an Egyptian mummy that was hiding underneath our van. And in the garage, when my dad was trying to put me in the car, I remember like, she's under there. She's gonna get me.
Oh my god.
I remember being like so scared.
That's a terrifying imagination right there.
Well, my dad would let us watch any movies all the time.
I had a nightmare once. I was probably 7 or 8. My family was super into 24. You guys ever watch that?
Is that it's like, has a timer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Everything happens in like 24 hours. Yeah. This counter-terrorist unit and stuff. And there's one season where there's like nerve gas or something. So they like release it, and all these people like end up suffocating and like dying and stuff. I straight up had a nightmare that like that terrorist came in our house and was letting off this nerve gas stuff. And I locked myself in a closet, and then I like felt it coming on, and then I just started screaming in real life, top of my lungs. My mom came running in like, what is happening? Because I was just screaming at probably like 3 a.m. or something.
That is terrifying.
Like an 8-year-old. Could you imagine that?
8-year-old too, yeah.
That would be terrifying for your parents.
Have you had any Inception dreams? I have one very vivid one.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like a dream within a dream.
Yeah, I have.
You have one? Let's hear yours first.
I don't remember the details. I remember I've had those moments where like I was dreaming, and then I thought I woke up, and then I woke up again. Has that ever happened to you?
No, I don't think so.
Never had that?
Dude, I dream almost every night.
I haven't had a dream in forever.
A lot of dreams as well. I remember maybe like 1% of them.
I have to actively... Dude, I kept a dream journal at one point.
You did?
Yeah, because if you write it down right away when you wake up...
You start to develop the habit of like remembering it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's cool.
The Inception dream I had. Have you guys ever heard? Do either of you guys game at all?
No.
Used to be an avid gamer. In my teen years.
Okay,
No, I've never been into it.
not Call of Duty kind of gaming. Like, have you ever played StarCraft?
I have, dude.
You have?
Yeah.
Nerds.
You can see someone's level of gaming by like if they know StarCraft or not, and if they know the strategies in StarCraft and all that, then you're like, oh, okay, this guy.
My brother is big StarCraft. Like, I swear he was one of the best players and I don't know. Yeah. What were the class types? Like Zerg?
Zerg, Protoss, and Terran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would always play as Protoss.
Really? I'm Zerg all the way. I'm quick with it.
Maybe he was that's you ambush people, right?
Yeah, so Zerg, it requires less resources to make more guys, but the guys aren't as strong.
Mm-hmm.
So you swarm fast.
Really fast.
Yeah, and you aim for like their resources, like kill all the workers as fast as you can so that you can cut off their supply chain and like...
Dude, I hated getting ambushed. Just so quick. You're like, I don't have anything built.
I just recently downloaded StarCraft again. Yeah, and I played like the second one, and I played like 2 games, and I didn't know. I thought I was playing the computer, like, but I was playing people online, and I smoked them.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was playing other people until they typed in. He's like, "Oh, good job, good game." I was like, "Oh," like, like sorry, I just like had no mercy at all. I just like smoked this guy.
Sick. I didn't. Look at us. Sam's just like, you guys are speaking Chinese.
Yeah, I got no idea.
The Terran in that, the humans, you can get to a point where you develop nukes. You can nuke people. And in the first StarCraft, it lets off this noise if you're the opponent and they're shooting a nuke at you. It'll say like nuclear bomb detected.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that like all the time as a kid when I was playing it. And I had this dream that like we were getting nuked, but it was real life. And like we're like, shoot, what do we do? And we like got together as a family, like it's coming down. They're like, oh, we'll head to the beach and just like live out the rest of our days together or whatever. So we all get in the car and we're driving down. And do you know where all those beach houses are in Oxnard, like Silver Strand?
Yeah.
So we're on the road, that long stretch of road, and then there's the boat harbor to the right. And as we're driving, the bomb like hits, and like the car flips, and like as soon as it hits, I wake up and I'm in my bed. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And then like the smoke alarm starts going off, and it starts saying nuclear bomb detected. And I was like,
What on earth?
oh no. And I woke up again, and then I was like in the same exact spot, but like it was real life that time.
Imagine having that dream. So we all live in Hawaii, right? Imagine having that dream the day before that like missile crisis thing.
Oh man.
my gosh.
You would have just been like, oh, it's another dream.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 2 times.
Dude, that's insane. So yeah, talking about the memory thing and looking at photos and stuff, dude, our kids are gonna have their entire lives documented.
Better memories.
Yeah, it's. Are they gonna remember like everything? Cause, dude, Jace is like almost 11 months, and we have like thousands of pictures and videos already.
I wonder how much they'll actually look at them, though. Because, like, even now, I take a lot of photos, but I go back and look at them
Never.
hardly ever.
Dude, I look at photos a lot and videos.
You do?
Yeah, I think because since I deleted like social media, like the go-to scroll, yeah, I just look at my own memories.
That's cool.
How long have you not been on social media?
Probably like 4, 5 months, maybe 6.
6 months sober?
Yeah, 6 months sober. I think most of the time that I've been up here.
I think because I lost all my photos of pre-mission. So I don't have any of my photos from high school. And so I think if I had because it's more fun to look back on like really old pictures.
Yeah.
Rather than like 2 years ago. Yeah, or like last month's photos. You're like, I remember that perfectly.
That's true.
So that's probably why I don't look at them as much. I would look at like really old photos or like high school photos like from a decade ago.
Dude, like a year ago, I decided to try to put every photo or video of me just on my phone. So like I upgraded to the 2 terabyte iCloud storage.
Yeah.
And then I just started, like my parents have a hard drive of all these different photos and stuff. And so I went through that and put like everything. So I have so many photos and videos. In my recents, it says 43,500 photos and videos.
I have like 4,000. I thought that was a lot.
Yeah. So they go all the way back to like when I was in high school. And then right now my mom's scanning all of these like printed pictures.
Yeah.
That's like a huge project she has. And then I'm going to.
In middle school, it was all just like the, what's it called? Disposables.
Yeah. Because in high school is when I got iPod Touch. I don't remember if that had a back. Did that have a camera? Probably did.
No, the first ones didn't.
Yeah, I just.
iPhone had one.
I feel like in high school is when I had a phone or a smartphone. I got one like sophomore year. I don't know. That's when I started taking pictures.
Yeah, it was sometime. I remember it started in high school. I didn't get a smartphone until junior year of high school.
I didn't get one until after my mission.
No way, because I had one of those sliding phones.
Yeah.
When I turned 16 is when I got my first phone because I got my license.
So I had a phone since I was like 6th grade.
What?
So that's where I'm different, but
I didn't get a phone until freshman year, high school. But I always forget because I feel like I remember having a smartphone, but it's because I had an iPod Touch, like, I think right before high school I got it. And then I had my phone. So, like, at school I would have both in my pocket. And then, but iMessage rolled out, and so I was, like, texting people on my iPod Touch all the time. Yeah. But then I think they had to have it had to be Wi-Fi, and they had to have like an iPod Touch or something. Like I couldn't text normal numbers.
It was like a different app almost.
Yeah.
There was like an app you had to go on to.
It was like iMessage. But yeah, so I would play on that. I think I got a smartphone sophomore or junior year.
Yeah, I was stoked about it because I always had the double. I had like this little crappy phone, and then I had like my iPod Touch, and they came together, and I was like, "What the freak?"
Yeah, you saw a phone and an iPod Touch.
What will they think of next?
that all stemmed from one question. And I still don't know what you dislike about. Oh, you dislike the weather.
Yeah. I guess I like it and I dislike it. It never rains. That's probably my biggest. And then you said you don't like the Santa Ana winds.
Santa Ana winds.
What do you like about?
Trying to put my finger on what it is. Because I like Newbury Park. I like it a lot. If I could live there, it'd be awesome. Newbury Park is just like a quiet, nice. Everyone seems really chill and laid back in Newbury Park for the most part, except for Dos Vientos people. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you guys. Had too many run-ins with those people.
Shout out DV.
Likes the park there.
The parks in DV?
Beach volleyball courts.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, dislikes. The only dislike I can think of would be Santa Ana winds. Newbury Park is located in such a sick little spot to like get down to the beach and like have your options. But you're like right there with mountains too to like go mountain biking. Like there's like awesome mountain bike trails literally like 800 meters from like my house. Yeah. You can bike down to the beach. You guys done that trail? Sycamore?
Oh,
yeah.
We used to do a church activity. All of us, like all the youth, we'd all go up. They would, a couple trucks, they would like bring all the bikes up. And then someone always got hurt every single year. Like someone would go over the handlebars or like, and I was just praying it wasn't me because I'm not very good at riding a bike.
Mostly Alex.
Never hurt myself at Sycamore. Other trips?
Plenty of other times, though. Plenty of other times. That's so funny.
So what are you guys doing for work right now? How about we?
Just a little background check on work.
Yeah.
Want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
So I do digital marketing. Paid ads is my specialty. Everything from the ad creative to media buying, to landing page optimization, and all of that is what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't study it in school. Studied finance and math. So as far as marketing goes, my strengths is definitely like analytics, and running the numbers and like strategically thinking and all of that. Where I lack is like writing and like creating things and all of that. I rely on like my teammates for all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing career-wise. I work at a marketing agency, and I also do some work on the side.
Nice.
Yeah. Me and Sam do the same thing, but we both do sales, solar sales specifically out here in the 808. Going door to door, old-fashioned. Knock on someone's door, they answer. We tell them about the benefits of solar, try to meet with them, sit down, answer their questions, and get some panels up on their roof, get them batteries.
How did you get sucked into doing door-to-door sales? Did you do it before your mission?
No. For me, so I had a buddy who did summer sales. So that's when you just go out for a couple months and you do like a little blitz. The whole summer you're just knocking doors. Pretty much give up your summer and you're sweating, walking around. And it's usually these young 18 to 22-year-olds that are doing this. So I had a buddy that had done it a couple years, and he made like stupid money in just like 3 months. I'm like, dude.
Actually made the money?
Yeah.
Real deal? Because I feel like there's a lot of like,
Yeah. There is a lot of that. But also there's a lot of people who they'll show you like their paychecks and bank accounts, and it's hard to fake that, Yeah. So, I was recently married, been married for about a year, and I didn't know what I was going to do for work that summer. It was literally a week before my 1-year anniversary. I just texted my buddy. I'm like, hey, are you doing summer sales this year? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm coming out in a couple weeks. And I'm like, can I do it? He's like, sure. Can you come down to California in a week? And in a week. And so we're in Utah. And I just decide right then to like do summer sales. So then we have our 1-year anniversary. And then the day after, I drive down to California, leave my wife in Utah, leave Mac.
Oh, she didn't come with you?
No, because she had just gotten a job. So she was in Utah for the summer. I was in California. It was pretty rough, but I had a decent, I don't know what you call decent. It was decent enough to where I'm still doing it.
You're like, oh, I'm pretty good at this thing.
No, it's terrible. So the reason I stuck with it is because I was terrible. I could have worked way harder, like all these things, and I still made more than double of what I would have made working at Chick-fil-A full-time the whole summer.
I see.
Because the year prior, I had worked at Chick-fil-A for the whole summer and made like
I was gonna ask, why Chick-fil-A?
$9,000. I made $9,000 for like 4 months of full-time work.
Saying it's my pleasure.
My pleasure. No, I was in the back. I was cooking the chicken. But then, so I did that first summer. I went back to do it another year, and then graduated college, moved out here to just do it full-time. How about you, Sam? How did you get sucked in?
How did I get sucked into it? Oh, man, that's a long story. Short version-ish is, I was in college, needed to pay. I was about to get cut off from my parents. My parents paid for the first year of like tuition and housing, and then they were like, all right, after that you're on your own. So I had no money to my name. I was donating plasma to pay for groceries.
You actually?
Yeah. Weekly.
Twice a week.
Pursuit of happiness style, dude.
It was awful. I still have the scars in my I look like a junkie because
that once, and it kind of bubbled up, and I was like, no, not doing this.
Yeah, I still got the scars, man. It was friggin' nothing like selling your body for money, let me tell you.
OnlyFans?
And so then, I got roped into coming out to Hawaii and trying solar sales because I had just heard, being in college, and especially being in like an LDS college, everybody's just doing summer sales. So you just hear, I didn't know anybody who made good money. I just heard stories from everybody. Oh, I made $100,000 in a summer. And I'm just like, what? Okay, yeah, let's try it. I came out. I stayed out here for 8 months. I stayed because I really liked Hawaii. I didn't like the job necessarily, but I just kept plugging away because I kept thinking like it'll get better. I'll make more money. Because I wasn't really making money. And then I literally hit 8 months out here, and I think I had like $8,000 to my name. It was so bad.
Worked at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, should have. Yeah. So I vowed to never do door-to-door sales ever again. I was like, screw this. I'm done. I went back to college, finished college, got married, Still never wanted to do door to door. But then I was about to graduate, and I had nothing on the docket. My internships weren't great. I hated what I was doing.
What did you study?
Business management with an emphasis in marketing.
Okay.
But I got my first like internship was just like cold calling professors.
Professors?
Yeah, trying to sell digital courseware. It was awful. I hated it. I was like, I would rather be doing door to door than this. It was so bad.
I'd rather go door to door than cold call any day.
Is that like software like Canvas?
Yeah, similar. It was like digital textbooks and like digital I can't think of the name. Anyway, like digital textbooks.
What did you study, real quick?
Entrepreneurial management.
Entrepreneurial management.
Yep. I was in the business school at BYU, Marriott School of Business. It was the easiest business major. Yeah, dude, they told me once I got into that program, they're like, yeah, so the admissions process for this program is kind of different. The first thing we do, we have all your info on a spreadsheet. First thing we do is we hide your GPA because we don't care about that. I was like, that's how I got in. They based it more off like experience and like your essays, I guess. Schmoozed them, sold them.
I'm going to tell my brother-in-law this because he just got into the entrepreneurial program. I heard your degree's a joke.
It was honestly, it was super legit. Loved all the professors there. So you have a core group of professors that teach like all the, what's it called? The necessary courses. And then the non-requisite ones, you just had these adjunct professors who were already like, they're real world entrepreneurs that have already made their money. They don't need to teach, but they just like, they do because it's fun. Something to do. And that's like what you do after you make your millions. You just teach. That's right. Yeah.
The cycle.
Those are the people that should be teachers.
Yeah, I had this one dude. He was like in his 30s, lived in Arizona. He would fly into Utah once a week to teach a class. And he also bought a condo and a Tesla just to leave in Utah.
Oh my gosh.
Super sick. Shout out Brigham Dallas.
Jeez. That's crazy.
So I have
You did digital marketing.
Yeah, you did. That's where you really make the six figures. No. I was gonna say he's family but kind of distant family, and he teaches at BYU Hawaii. And he had an argument of why teachers like that aren't good for the entrepreneurial students. And it was really interesting. He said he was like, they're really doing a disservice by only hiring these super successful entrepreneurs. He said, because there's a big factor of luck that goes into it. And there are so many people that like grind really hard for their entrepreneurial dreams that like it just doesn't work out. Like that business they were going for doesn't meet the market that they were working for, or like the market disappears from underneath them or whatever. And then they're like not technically super successful, but like they're great entrepreneurs, but like don't have that money to back it, you know? And then his whole thing was like people learn a lot more from like big failures and stuff like that and would become better teachers than these people that like got really lucky. And like, that's just his viewpoint on it. He's like, yeah, like Bill Gates, like honestly just got really lucky.
Let me ask this. Was this professor of yours, was he successful?
Broke.
He's successful, but he's not an entrepreneur. He was a lawyer.
Okay.
He's like an accounting lawyer.
He's like, guys, trust me, the ones that fail, those are the really good teachers.
Dude, luck's definitely like a part of it.
Yeah, of course.
But I think you also make your own luck, you know.
Definitely.
Keep going.
And yeah, dude, if like one market just collapses, like just move on and just keep. So the like professors we had, a lot of them definitely had those stories of like being bankrupt and like going through these terrible losses. What's cool about them is they just like kept going, kept pivoting whenever they needed to.
I'm not, for the record, I'm not saying I agree with his opinion. I just wanted to throw in a little
boo
devil's advocate.
Dyson's opinions suck.
No, it's
because I do think it's if you keep working at it long enough, even if you're not like a billionaire, like I feel like to get to like billionaire level, like that requires maybe a little bit more luck than others, but you can definitely like support your family and everything.
What's next on the docket?
Oh, that goes right into financial advice, supporting the fam.
Oh boy.
I'm not the one to give financial advice right now because the last 2 years for me has been like garbage.
You bought a house though.
Yeah, that's why it was garbage.
Don't buy a house.
Don't buy a house. We just put way too much down. Like we didn't need to.
How much percentage wise?
We put like the 20% down.
Oh.
And it was like we didn't have like, yeah. So our cash flow now is like not good.
Did you know about like 5% or 3.5% options?
I could have done 0 down for our first house, but with that there's like mortgage insurance and all this other stuff, and you have to pay that until you get. 20%. And so I was doing everything I could to keep the payments down because I knew we were going to put renters in there. Yeah. So like we could be profitable, and now we're still not. We're in the hole like $100 every month. Yeah.
Did you listen to a lot of Dave Ramsey before you bought the house?
No.
I was going to say, damn you, Dave Ramsey. No, I love Dave Ramsey.
I swear, I bought the house, and like every video I would see on like YouTube or anything else was like, don't buy a house right now. And I was like, I'm an escrow, man.
Was it a year ago?
Yeah, no, yes.
Okay. Yeah, we bought our condo in Utah September of 2021 or 20.
We bought in May of the same 2022.
Wait, was it 2022?
That's when things were skyrocketing.
I think it was 2021. So we got
like going up.
We got it like pretty much at the bottom. It was coming up a little. We got like a 3%.
Oh, so you probably bought in 2021 then?
Yeah, 2.999.
Holy crap! That's insanity. Yeah, I'm like 5.3.
Oh, dude, numbers wise, would not have worked if it was a 5%. So we cash flow, just about 100 each month. So we're on the opposite side of you, but there's already been like issues and stuff. And basically going to the University of Hard Knocks and learning these lessons the hard way of like tenants and problems and issues. So we're just breaking even right now. But
do you have a property manager?
No.
That's the only reason why I'm in the hole $100 because now we're paying a property manager.
I'm about to though, because dude, it's annoying having to deal with. Yeah, it's definitely like it's good if you're just getting in and in order to make the numbers work. But I thought I would much rather either be in the hole a little bit or break even than like cash flow a little bit and just not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Let's jump into Doghouse.
Let's go to Doghouse.
Oh.
Come on,
do it, Tyson.
Hold on, my thing isn't recording.
That was gold.
Didn't even plan that.
The monkey. Welcome, everybody, to the Doghouse.
Doghouse. This is a segment of our show where we share where we've messed up in the week
with the wives.
With the wives to end up sleeping on the couch and in the doghouse. So,
anybody got anything?
I'm in the doghouse just every other night, so.
I unfortunately do have a doghouse moment this week. Yeah, we were at dinner with Sam and Jess, and I don't know how it came up. We're talking about social media and posting, and I just brought up how Mac like never tags me in these posts. You know how you can just tag someone?
Yeah.
She just wouldn't tag me. And so that's funny. But I said that she never tags me. And she proceeds to say
absolutes.
Shouldn't done the absolutes.
Yeah. So she pulled up Instagram. She's like, let's check it. Goes back to the very first.
With the receipts.
She has the receipts and she'll show them. She'll show all of them. So
just start reading them off.
Dude, she went back to the very first post of both of us and proceeded to look through every single photo. And she just kept going. And there is some truth to it. There was, I don't know, There's a few that I hadn't been tagged in.
20% maybe.
It's definitely more that I have been tagged in. So I was proved wrong, put in my place, the doghouse, but it was a funny moment.
That was funny. I think my doghouse moment is I just started a photography business.
How much did you spend?
Well, that wasn't even, no, Jess was actually super down. So I bought a camera, bought lenses, bought SD cards and everything. She's super hyped about it because she really likes to be there and to like direct the people.
She's about it.
Yeah, so we do a lot of like, we try to do a lot of movement. We try to like, I don't know, we're not about just like, all right, stand there and smile. You know, it's more fun to like be moving a lot. And so we
Get some action shots.
yeah, we were like the candid actions to like tell a story a little bit. No, it came, what landed me in the doghouse was editing the photos. Jess has kind of always been better at editing photos on her phone, like for Instagram.
Okay.
You know, because you got like the apps, you got Tezza, you got Visco, all sorts of nonsense. And so we were editing, and I was trying to do, we were having disagreements about edits and warmth. And as always, it turned out she was very right, that I was like, no, like you want like the blue ocean to be really cool. And then, so I edited a photo and she edited a photo and we compared them side by side and hers was like way better. And I was like, dang it.
Photo editing is kind of like, there are some basic rules and then it's your own, like everyone has their own editing style too.
Totally. Because it's like, it's so hard with creative stuff, which I really like this about it, but it's a double-edged sword that with creative stuff, like beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. So I could be like, I love this edit, and everyone will be like, that looks ridiculous. Like, that looks awful.
And you're taking these for all sorts of different people.
Different people, different locations. But yeah, I in my head, I was like, I could edit so much better. Like, and I couldn't.
And I couldn't.
And so that was
Doghouse.
the doghouse for me.
Oh man, this is something I get in the doghouse on consistently. Because I go into town for work and I'll work all day from like 8 to 5 and then it's an hour-long drive there, an hour-long drive back, and I'll come home.
Are your work hours 8 to 5?
Yeah.
So then you're driving like 7.
From like, yeah, so my commute is, I leave at like 6:20, get to where I park at like 7:30, and then 7:30, actually usually get there like 7:45. It's usually like an hour 15 to get down there. And then from where I park, because it's the only free parking within like 5-mile radius of my work, I bring a skateboard and I skate from where I park to the office. And then I skate back. So it's whenever I work in town, it's a long day.
Town is the worst.
And so I get in the doghouse if I sit down and start eating dinner and I don't say anything about the dinner. You know what I mean? She'll be sitting there waiting and I'm just like in my head thinking about my day, the work and everything, or Torrin's doing something and I'm like paying attention to him. She's like, really? I'm like, this happens at least like twice a week. And I'm like, frick.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
I love it. And then it's really hard too when it's like she's experimenting with something new.
She wants to know your thoughts and you're just grubbing.
And it's not good or something.
It's always good.
It's always good.
It's
It's
always
always good.
Oh man, I have the hardest time just like remembering to say it's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the times where I do remember, life is so much better.
Have it on like a timer on your phone.
Tyson just has a spare bed in the dog.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, twice a week. Invest in a good couch, man.
For real. But yeah, I'm consistently in the doghouse at dinner time.
That is so funny. Nothing like an 8-hour day and coming home to the doghouse. Just immediately in. She's just like, you suck.
Take one bite of dinner. All right, get out.
You're eating on the porch. Yeah. I'm gonna do mine while I'm thinking about it. It's gonna come out of nowhere, but I'm just gonna roll with it.
We just got finished with a segment and Sam out of nowhere says, okay, I'm going to tell my joke right now. So he's going to try to make us laugh right now on the spot.
Love it.
It's like when a jester, or like back in the day, it's like, hey, funny guy, make me laugh.
Make me laugh. Or like, yeah, Will Ferrell on The Office to Andy. Funny guy. Make me laugh. He's just like, oh no. That's what it's like. Lucky for you guys, I thrive under pressure. Except in sports and work and the bedroom. Other than that. No, that wasn't it. No, I was thinking about like living in a blue state, and like we were talking about coming from California, it's like so woke, and then coming to Hawaii, it's like almost just as bad. You guys feel like in the last like 3 to 5 years that it's gotten like way more sensitive, like just like in life?
Yeah,
it's like whack how
cancel culture wasn't a thing 5 years ago, you know?
Isn't that insane that like the things that we used to say and do in high school would get us canceled instantly?
Dude, I'm glad there's little to no receipts from high school.
I went through and deleted everything off my Twitter because I couldn't believe the things I was just tweeting to my friends. It was just insane. But no, I was just, oh my gosh. It was like, I feel like it happened so quickly. Like we'll call it like, 3 to 5 years. Everything is now just obsessed with being like inclusive and like race, I feel like a ton. And I was thinking, man, like if Tyson and I would have started this podcast like 3 years ago, we wouldn't even need Alex.
Oh!
You douche.
Was that the joke? You're the worst, dude.
Oh my god.
But now we're here in 2023.
And so welcome.
Token brown person.
Our white guilt is doing backflips.
I was just talking to Sam, and then like, we could do this, but we need one more thing.
It's pretty good.
Was that good? Oh, dude, I was dying in the car when I wrote that one. I was dying.
I had similar thoughts about that. Really? Not like in that. No, just like I'm glad I'm like mixed, because if it was just like 3 white dudes, like I don't know.
No one would listen.
Yeah.
They'd be like, just take one look and be like, racist.
2023, come on.
Yeah, do better, guys. Do better.
Trying to blow up, not happening.
Yeah, I know.
That half Polynesian side of me is really coming clutch.
You mean half? You're full.
I'm actually full.
Tyson at Cheesecake Factory that night was like, dude, let's start a podcast. And I was like, all right, we need like one more. And we just scanned. And we were like, the brown one. You come.
Oh, man. Did you, like, growing up in California, ever encounter racism?
No.
Like,
yeah. It was always weird, though, so I'm half Samoan, half Caucasian, because I'm, like, Polynesian in the eyes of white people, and I'm white in the eyes of Polynesian people.
I've heard that.
So it's, like, it's really weird. It honestly is. So I, like, talk with you guys, and it's like, oh, yeah, he's brown, he's Polynesian, whatever. But then, like, I go to that side of my family, or just friends or whoever, and it's like, oh, you're like white.
You're the white boy. Yeah.
So it's super weird.
There's a line from some song where, the guy's black, and he's like, what did he say? He said he's too white for the black kids and too black for the white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this weird middle ground.
I feel that in my bones.
Dang, dude.
No, I never felt like I experienced any of that. I know my dad has. He's full Samoan, and when he was growing up, it was like different story. Just like,
where did he grow up?
He grew up in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah, like Daly City. But then when he was like my age, he would have been in Florida or then in California. So there's some stories there, but another day.
Another day, another pod.
Yeah. I feel like that is one positive of like woke culture. I feel like it is normal, like racism like isn't really a thing.
Yeah. I will say, like, I hate woke culture, but I do get what you mean that, like, as a society, yes, we should be getting slightly more progressive. And, like,
Yeah.
I think we're, like, flopping a little bit too much to now it's like we're trying to ignore race so hard that we're hypersensitive of it, and it's making it more of an issue.
It's just the extremes, right?
Right.
On the other end, isn't great either,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Extremists on both sides are just ruining this country. But
Well, it's weird when, like, probably a vast majority of people are, like, not extremes. They're closer towards each other than they realize.
Yeah.
But, like, the loudest ones are on either side because that's what gets the views, the clicks, everything.
Most controversial.
And then you see all these clips and you think that a ton of people think this way. Just
see it all the time.
because, yeah, it's viral. It's just like fitness standards nowadays. You see all these guys with like 6% body fat all day long.
Yeah.
When in reality,
It's normal.
yeah, that's not normal and that's not healthy in like most cases,
Yeah.
Actually, it's definitely not healthy, 6%.
That whole last portion was just to make up for your racist joke, Sam.
my white guilt. I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking of Theo Von. That dude can say whatever he wants.
That's what I think. I'm like, every time I'm like, I'll probably get canceled for that. And I'm like, honestly, not if it's like in the name of comedy. Because, like, I don't know. My thoughts are there's different levels of, how the world is doing. It's like everywhere else but the U.S. is still crazy racist. You go to any other country, how many times have, like, I don't know, Jess and I wanted to, like, go to Europe and people were like, oh, don't go to France. Like, they hate Americans. They just hate Americans there. And I'm like, that's a weird concept. In today, if you were to be like, oh, don't go to America, they hate the French.
Dude, what's even worse than racism is like sexism. Some of those countries with like women. Oof. Like, they don't have rights. Like, they don't, like, their property in some places, and like, dude, it's insane.
Dude, I'm telling you, in so many things, in like college, getting accepted into colleges.
There's another thing. Let's just talk about it. No, it's true. Like, so I got college paid for through a multicultural scholarship.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. All the tuition, like all 4 years.
Nice.
Honestly, I took it because it was there, but like, what did I feel oppressed or like brought up different, or like, did I need that advantage? Like, no. Me and Sam grew up together in like very similar circumstances, and
I had to pay for school.
pay for school. Hey, sucks.
I think that all the time, which, again, coming from a white, straight Christian male, no one's going to care about what I'm about to say. But in my experience, I've seen a lot of opposite, where I'm like, man, if there was ever a time to be a white, straight Christian male, it is not right now.
It was 50 years ago.
Not like I had a choice, but I would be doing way better if it was any other time than right now. Right now, I feel like it's totally the opposite.
Dude, also, thank goodness for comedy and the push from all these comedians to try to fight back like wokeness, because they're like, dude, that's what comedy is. It's like making fun of everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And if we can't make fun of anything, like, there's nothing to laugh about,
Shout out comedians, dude. Single-handedly saving this country. I'm dead serious, dude.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, Matt Rife,
Joe Rogan.
Theo Von are the ones that come to my head. Like,
Because those people that joke about it the most, that, like, they're not being intentional.
no, not at all. It's like a way to, like, come together. That, like, we all have differences, but, like, we can all laugh about it, and we can all just be like, yeah, it's crazy.
If you're not laughing about it, there's a problem.
Totally. Dude, I love that.
If none of us are laughing at that joke, like something's off.
One false move and you're gone. It's like, holy cow.
Find other brown people.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
And go right next door.
Or at least they just look really tan.
Yeah, one of the two. Oh my gosh. Living in Hawaii, I've definitely experienced, like, you can't. Yeah, because I wanted to call it reverse racism. as if
Yeah.
whites created it. Yeah, I've definitely been on the receiving end way more than anywhere else I've lived. Of people just some racial profiling going on, but we won't get into that.
Well, and I think all of us grew up in California, which very diverse place, you know.
I don't know. Newbury Park wasn't that diverse.
These guys went to an all-white school.
All white school, yeah. It actually is crazy how white it was, but
Yeah, it is crazy because me and Sam both live in Camarillo, but Sam went to high school at Tyson. I went to school in Oxnard, which was the next city over in the opposite direction. Our high school was surrounded on all four sides by strawberry fields, right down the street from a jail.
What was it called?
Rio Mesa.
Rio Mesa.
River Table in English.
Yeah, River Table.
But yeah, our school was definitely like predominantly Hispanic. There's a good amount of black people there.
Did everyone think you were Hispanic?
No.
Really?
Yeah, because if everyone's like the same race and then you're not, like they can just tell.
They know.
Yeah. I probably just looked more white to them.
not all brown people are the same. All right, Tyson.
White person's view looking in. You for a Mexican. Yeah. Classic example.
But even for me, like in my eyes, I didn't see white as like the like majority.
Yeah.
Growing up, because like in school, I guess in like middle school and elementary school, but like high school, like white people were the minority for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was a shock going up to Newbury Park High School and being like, where all these white people come from? It's crazy. Yeah, dude, because a lot of at Monte Vista Middle School. I feel like it was.
Did you go to Monte Vista?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We were in middle school at the same time.
Together, and then we went to high school together. Crazy. But yeah.
You're the glue bonding us together.
That's right. That's right.
Should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe wherever you find your podcasts, YouTube channel, Instagram,
Apple Music.
Spotify,
Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Oh.
We'll be on everywhere. Follow us everywhere.
This has been Since 96. Oh! Tyson, you suck.
You guys are on point with that. Very.
You want to try it again?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Since
96. Bye, everybody.